Hello everyone, this is Sister Justina and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, then do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for notification. And our video for today is all about a conic figure, which is a circle. Okay, so what is a circle? It is a set of all points in a plane that are a fixed distance from a given point in the plane, and the fixed point is called the center, it's k, and the fixed distance is called the radius, which is r of the circle. So let us familiarize its graphs. Okay, so the first graph is being described by the center 0, 0, or the point of origin, and the point P to Q, or the segment PQ, is represented to be, or this is the radius of a circle. So what will be the equation of a circle on its standard form if the center is 0, 0? Okay, so the standard form, if the center is at the origin, it is being described by x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. But what about this graph? So this time, our center is no longer the origin. As you have seen, it is no longer at 0, 0, but it is on this quadrant 1. So this is represented by hk. So the h there is a constant other than 0 as well as the k. So again, the point P and the Q, or the segment PQ, is said to be the radius. So what will be the standard form if the center is hk? Okay, so the standard form is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. Okay, so let us now find the center and radius of a circle from an equation. So this time the equation is on its standard form. So let us have this number 1. Given x plus 4 quantity square plus y minus 1 quantity square is equal to 4 squared. So how do we get the center? The center is negative 4 and positive 1. Where did we get the negative 4 in the positive 1? Okay, so as you have seen, x plus 4, so the x plus 4, thus it is taken there the x coordinate of the center, which is negative 4. So from a positive 4, its additive inverse, which is negative 4. And y minus 1, thus we were able to get the y coordinate of the center, which is positive 1. And that is coming from the negative 1 in there. So the additive inverse of negative 1 is positive 1. So done with the center, and its radius is 4 squared. What do you mean by 4 squared? This is 16. And what is the square root of 16? Then that is the radius. So the r is equal to 4. And then number 2, as you have seen, number 2, we have their x squared plus y plus 6 quantity squared is equal to 25. So far, uh, our first term, which is x to the power of 2, is only a monomial. So we don't have any second term. It is only represented by x. So that means that our center, x coordinate of the center is 0. And then the y coordinate of our center is negative 6 from the positive 6 there. And our radius, the square root of 25, is 5. Okay, let's proceed to number 3. You have their x plus 2 squared plus y to the power of 2 is equal to 12. So the center there is negative 2 and 0. So again, the y to the power of 2, then it is said to be, or understood, the y coordinate of the center is 0. And so far 12, what is the square root of 12? So the square root of 12 in decimal is equivalent to 3.46, or you could answer it as is square root of 12. Okay, so therefore done with number 3. Then let's proceed to number 4. So far we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 100. Then our center will be 0, 0, and our r is equal to the square root of 100, which is 10. Okay, so this time we will be getting the center and the radius of a circle from an equation, but this time it's already on its general form. So when we say general form, it is being expressed into this form, ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus c is equal to 0. So this time, since this is already on its general form, we will be expressing this to its standard form. So how to express the given into its standard form? We will be gathering all same variables. So x squared minus 4x will be gathered, followed by y squared minus 6y, and then the constant should be always transposed to the right. So the next step rather, we will be uh, completing the trinomial to be a perfect square, but this time we were able to have this blank to be filled in later, and then the other one will be y squared minus 6y plus blank, okay, uh, and then is equal to positive 3. Okay, so how do we fill in the third term? We just simply getting the numerical coefficient of our linear term, which is 4, and we will always divide it by 2. Okay, and then the quotient will be always squared. So 2 squared is equal to 4. Then we have to have a 4 in here, and we also add a 4 on the right. And then next, we will be filling in this blank, but we have to divide the 6 again by 2, and then it will answer us as 3. We square as 3, then it will give us a 9. Thus, what should be the third term? So our third term is 9. And since we added a 9 here, we also add a 9 on the right. So therefore, we are now to express this one into its binomial expression. So getting the binomial expression, getting the square root of the first term, which is x, what should be the middle term? Sign should be followed. The square root of the last term, which is 2, then we have to express it into a binomial. And then a plus, and then again the square root of y squared is y. Again, it is a minus, then it will be followed. And then the square root of 9 is 3, and then that's it. And for that, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 9 is equal to 16. And this is already on its standard form. So if this is already on its standard form, this is now very easy in getting the center. So our center will be, okay, our uh, our term next to x is our x coordinate of our center, and it's negative 2, and its additive inverse is 2, and then y minus 3. Thus our y coordinate of our center is coming from that y minus 3, and the additive inverse of negative 3 is positive 3. And for our radius, the square root of 16 is 4. Thus, our radius is 4. So the center and the radius are already known. Thus, we are done number 1. Let's proceed to number 2. Okay, number 2, we are again to gather all the x's, x squared minus 8x, and then plus y squared plus 2y is equal to positive 19. Again, we are going to complete the trinomial to be a perfect square. So we have to prepare a blank for the third term. And we have another set. We have a y squared plus 2y plus a blank, and then is equal to 19. And for that, we have to have the 8, because we have to use the numerical coefficient of our linear term and always divide it by a 2, then it will gives us a 4. We square a 4, so we have 16. Thus we add a 16 in here, and we will be also adding a 16 in here. And then for that, we have to have the 2 there divided by 2, which is equal to 1. And then squaring a 1 will still gives us a 1. Thus, we are to add a 1 in here, and we also add a 1 in here. So therefore, this are, this set is already a perfect square trinomial. And then on the other hand, this is also a perfect square trinomial. Thus, its binomial expression will be square root of x squared is x minus the square root of 16 is 4. And that's it. And then a plus. The y squared square root of y squared is y. And this is a plus. Then it will be followed. The square root of 1 is 1. And then that will be already the binomial expression. And then 19 plus 16 is 35 plus 1, it's 36. So therefore, this is already on its standard form, which is on this form x plus h minus squared plus y. I'm sorry, it's not x plus h in the standard form. It is x minus h. So therefore, this is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. And then remember that the x minus h quantity square will result to a perfect square trinomial. That is why we're able to complete the trinomial to be a perfect square in order for us to get the center and the radius. Thus, we are done adjusting or transforming it to its standard form for this time. We can now get the center, which is positive 4. From this, negative 4, the additive inverse. And the positive 1 will gives us the additive inverse of negative 1. And for our radius, the square root of 36 is 6. So, we're done. Okay, guys, I hope you learned something from my video today, and then I want you to please keep on updating for my uploaded videos because I will be uploading uh the next video, which is all about finding the center and the radius of a circle if the graph is given. This has been Teacher Justina, and thank you for watching, guys. God bless us all.